Okay, so should be seeing my screen? Yeah, so this is my phase 4 project. Oh, me and JJ ended up wanting to make a video game. Because we've been kicking that around since we started all this stuff and figured we could make some sort of web-based game. So, we installed a new library called Kaboom over the weekend and looked into it, did a bunch of research, and decided we were going to use that to do our full stack with. So we have a full stack game or a full stack app with a game built in with a using React and Rails. So um, it's got so like if we wanted to create a new player or if we want to log in to existing players, so I'll create a new player. We can call this one Josh, right? So we have a new player. We named him Josh. Um, the game won't actually let you play until you log in, so I'm going to log in. Oh, I'll refresh that. We're going to go back to login. Ignore that. We're going to log in to Josh and then log in. So the game will actually play. So you play with your arrow keys and your spacebar. Avoid the little slashing dudes and try to blow up the robots. So robots and aliens, or robot aliens we call them. And the robots all have their own pathing and change directions on random. And the slashers will bounce off of anything they run into. Every time you kill one, you get a couple more points. And there are 5 levels, and the whole goal of this is trying to get to the end while getting as many points as you can without getting killed. Just really cheesy. Went too slow, I'll have to wait. We've got them bouncing off a random thing. You've got 2 different kinds of ending screens. The whole point is to get to the money. If you die beforehand, it'll do the, oh no, you died or whatever, like Dark Souls. And if you hit the end, it'll go, you win. So I got 8 points that time. And then I can go to my scores, and it'll actually update my scores with so like I was playing under username Josh, so he's got a score of 8. And then if I were to like go back to the front and log back in, but go log in as admin, we can log in as the admin. It'll try to take you to the game. It'll go to scores, and then you can just you can see all the scores like for Josh and all the other like stuff we played, and you can actually delete old scores, and then it's persistent and it'll stay. So and looking at our backend code, so like we had a lot of stuff in app. So this is some of our front end code. The game itself is in Kaboom, which we had to learn how to import because it's made in vanilla JavaScript. So we had to learn how to import vanilla JavaScript into a React element, and that took a little bit of doing, and it changed the way a lot of stuff interacts. So we had to figure all that out. It took us a couple days to get that. These are like the maps that I made, or me and JJ made, and you had to import sprites, and then each sprite, each symbol does something, and then you had to, like I said earlier, you had to write how it interacts, and getting the scores out was actually really hard. We had to, there wasn't any like writing on that, so we had to figure out how to write an extra function for that. So, and then that kind of stuff ends up in the score container and all kind of stuff, or it actually went to the back end, and then we pulled it back to the front end so we could use it. Backend controllers, we had 4 controllers, 1 for sessions, and then 1 for application that we did our authorization in, where we did our users, and then you had the rest of your users and your scores. And then we had our models. We only used 2 models, so it was users belong to, or scores belong to users. Users has many scores. Use some serializers just to get the attributes the way we wanted them for the front end. routes. We had a handful of routes for all the, so you guys probably saw those in some of the fetches. Those are all the routes we used. And then our schema and everything for our tables. So our tables were actually pretty small. Wasn't it too complicated? So, but it was fun. So it took us, we did most of back end last Friday, a little bit on Saturday. And then Monday, Tuesday was getting most of our game, at least interacting with the stuff. And then we got to clean it up Wednesday and Thursday. So it was a lot of work. We were still working on it this morning all the way up until time. So it was fun. And I will stop.